Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Dr. Bahir Fuad, and the subject today is lesser shirk or Reya'a, meaning that a person does something but his motivation is not to seek the face or the pleasure of Allah, but his motivation is for personal gain or benefit. Now, to worship others besides Allah, shirk, is forbidden in Islam and is the first major sin. في سورة الأنعام chapter 6 in the Quran, قُلْ تَعَالَوْا أَتْلُوا مَا حَرَّمَ رَبُّكُمْ عَلَيْكُمْ. Say, come, I will relate to you what your Lord has made forbidden on you, أَلَّا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا, that you worship none but Him. وفي سورة لقمان chapter 31 in the Quran, وإذ قال لقمان لابنه وهو يعظه يا بني لا تشرك بالله إن الشرك لظلم عظيم. Luqman said when he was advising his son, O my son, do not worship others besides Allah, for shirk is a grave injustice. Now, Allah forgives all sins, but He does not forgive that others are worshipped besides Him. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَغْفِرُ أَنْ يُشْرَكَ بِهِ وَيَغْفِرُ مَا دُونَ ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ وَمَنْ يُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ افْتَرَى إِثْمًا عَظِيمًا. Allah does not forgive that others are worshipped besides Him, but He forgives anything else besides that, and he or she who worship others besides Allah indeed has committed a grave injustice. Al-ayah fi Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4 in the Quran. Now, Prophet ﷺ said, the thing that I fear for you the most is the lesser shirk, Reya'a, that you worship others besides Allah. And he said that this lesser shirk is hidden amongst you, more hidden than ants walking, because you do not hear their sound when they are walking. And he said that when deeds are shown to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He does not accept anything done except seeking His face or His pleasure. And it is important to realize that and to understand that and to know that only good motivation, the motivation to do something good, seeking the face of Allah, is accepted. Everything else is rejected on the Day of Judgment. Second point is, how is this Reya'a or lesser shirk is manifested? Sometimes it is manifested people showing that they have lost weight, or they look tired and they feel weak because of excessive prayer and fasting. Or it may show by showing that there is a dark area in the forehead because of frequent prostration. Or it may show by having a faint, soft voice. Or it may show by wearing old clothes that may be dirty because the person does not care about this life or its pleasures. Or it may show by a person prolonging his ruku', bowing down, or his prostration. So these are some manifestations, and the motivation for all of this is not to seek the pleasure of Allah. The motivation is to show that he is really praying, fasting, doing all types of ibadah, worship to Allah, and Allah does not accept any of this. The third important point is what happens to those who show this Reya'a, this lesser shirk. First, their deeds are not accepted. في سورة هود chapter 11 the Quran من كان يريد الحياة الدنيا وزينتها نوفي إليهم أعمالهم فيها وهم فيها لا يبخسون. Those who desire this worldly life and its pleasures, we are going to give them their deeds in this life fully, and nothing will be minimized or wasted. Everything will be given to them. أولئك الذين ليس لهم في الآخرة إلا النار, but they have nothing to show for in the hereafter except hellfire. وحبط ما صنعوا فيها, anything that they did in this life will be fruitless and useless. وحبط عنهم ما كانوا يصنعون, and everything that they did will not help them in the least. And the Prophet ﷺ said the first three people to be held accountable on the Day of Judgment are three men. One of them whom Allah taught the Quran. He read it and he recited it, but not seeking the pleasure of Allah. He did that because he wanted to be mentioned or praised as a scholar. Allah will ask him, did I not teach you the Quran? And what did you do with it? He said, I recited it parts of the day and parts of the night. Allah will say, you lied, you only recited it so that people will say you are a scholar. The second person is a man whom Allah gave him wealth and he spent it, and on the Day of Judgment Allah will ask them, what did you do with the money that I provided for you? He will say, I spent it to help my relatives and I gave in charity. Allah will say, you lied, you spent this money in order that others will say you are a charitable person, and they said that. And the third person is a person who died fighting in the way of Allah. On the Day of Judgment, Allah will ask him, how did you die? He said, I died fighting in your way. Allah will say, you are lying, you fought so that people will say you showed courage, and they did say that, and none of their deeds are accepted, and they will be the first to be thrown in hellfire. The Prophet ﷺ said, on the Day of Judgment, the deeds of mankind will be shown to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He will say, accept these and reject these. The angel will say, we only wrote what we saw. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, these deeds that I rejected were not done for my sake, they were done for other people. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, those who were, their deeds were motivated by anything other than seeking my face, let them go and seek the reward with those they appeal to in this life, and they will not be able to help them. And the Prophet ﷺ said, كم من صائم ليس له من صومه إلا السهر وكم من قائم ليس له من قيامه كم من صائم ليس له من صومه إلا الجوع والعطش وكم من قائم ليس له من قيامه إلا السهر. How many people are fasting, but all they get out of their fast is hunger and thirst, and how many people are standing in prayer at night, and all they get from their standing at night is lack of sleep. And the reason that their fast and their prayer at night was not accepted, because they did not do it seeking the pleasure of Allah, they did it for selfish reasons. And in the Quran, فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. Woe to those who are praying but they are not mindful of their prayers. الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ, that they are only showing off. ويمنعون الماعون, and they are not given even the simplest of charity. Surah Al-Ma'un in the Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran is saying في Surah Al-Kahf chapter 18, فَمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ رَبِّهِ, those who are seeking their meeting with their Lord, فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا, let him or let them do righteous deeds, وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا, and their deeds should be motivated only by the pleasure of seeking, by the intention of seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So to summarize, Shirk nowadays is not worshipping the sun or the moon or statues, but worshipping our vain desires, money, power, fame, our lusts, and this is the lesser shirk, and doing things not seeking the pleasure of Allah but for selfish reasons, and Allah does not accept these deeds because it is Reya'a, it is showing off, and it shows in many ways, and their deeds are not accepted, and they will be in hellfire. أستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه سميع قريب مجيب الدعاء.